9 Pro Fold and Galaxy Z Fold 6 are official. The problem with foldable phones is that they are bigger and heavier than more standard handsets. This is because foldable phones integrate two phones into one. However, companies like Honor have been able to significantly reduce the size of their foldable, as seen with the Honor Magic V3. But with the arrival of the new Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold, how does it compare to the Honor Magic V3? This guide will help you make your decision. Compared to the previous Pixel Fold, the new Pixel 9 Pro Fold features substantially smoother edges. The camera module has also been designed, and it appears more aggressive. Overall, it feels more sophisticated than its predecessor with smoother, sleeker lines and edges. The Honor Magic V3, on the other hand, has softer, rounded corners and edges. It is elegant in its own right, but ultimately, it comes down to personal opinion when it comes to appearance. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold's exact dimensions are 155.2 x 77.1 by 10.5 mm when folded and 155.2 by 150.2 by 5.1 mm when unfurled. It likewise weighs 257 grams. The Honor Magic V3 measures 156.6 by 74.0 by 9.2 mm when folded and 156.6 x 145.3 4.35 mm when unfolded. It also weighs between 226 and 230 grams. As you can see, the handset is a lot slimmer and lighter. Its weight is also remarkably similar to standard smartphones, such as the Galaxy S24 Ultra and iPhone 15 Pro Max, at 232 and 221 grams respectively. Now let's see if these two phones really represent the foldable situation in 2024. However, one addition we can expect in the coming months is the Honor Magic V3, the thinnest and lightest book-style foldable available, which we were able to sample during an early hands-on with the phone. Sure, the V3 is now available in China, but it won't be long before we can try out the latest foldable on our own soil. We've already been blown away by its slim frame, powerful camera combo, and larger battery capacity than the competition. So Google and Samsung may have to step aside if you're looking for one of the finest folding smartphones. The Honor Magic V3 is more than just a slim foldable. It also has top-tier Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 internals and an ultra-thin vapor chamber cooling mechanism, making it ideal for gaming. With the China-only Xiaomi Mix Fold 4 not coming to the West, Honor's Magic V3 doesn't appear to have much competition in the thin and light category. So let's look at all the ways it could outperform Google and Samsung's flagships. First, lighter and thinner. Google has done an excellent job of reducing the weight of the Pixel 9 Pro Fold from 281 grams, the original Pixel Fold, to 257 grams, but it remains heavier than both the 239 grams of the Z Fold 6 and the 226 grams of the Honor Magic V3. This makes the Magic V3 the lightest big-screen foldable around, together with its Xiaomi Mix Fold 4. The Magic V3 is also the thinnest foldable, measuring 9.3 mm when closed and an astounding 4.4 mm when unfolded, making it scarcely thicker than the USB-C connector needed to charge it. This featherweight design and narrow frame completely redefine the foldable experience, removing the bulk traditionally associated with dual-screen smartphones and making it seem more like a regular phone. Second is the bigger screens. Despite being slimmer and lighter than the Z Fold 6, the Honor Magic V3 has larger and more comfortable screens to use. This is especially true for the cover screen, which is 6.43 inches in size compared to the 6.3-inch Z Fold 6 and Pixel 9 Pro Fold, and has a significantly smaller bezel for a more all-screen experience. Beyond inches, the Honor Magic V3 is somewhat wider, making it easier to type on than Samsung's Galaxy Z Fold 6. While Honor outperforms in terms of cover display brightness, its main display brightness trails the Pixel 9 Pro Fold and Z Fold 6, despite having a 120 Hz smooth refresh rate, high dynamic range across all screens, and tempered glass for added durability. It's also worth mentioning that when unfolded, Honor's inner display is slightly smaller than Google's unfolded inner screen. Therefore, the new Pixel 9 Pro Fold has the largest main display of any Western foldable, measuring 8 inches, 0.8 inches larger than the Magic V3's diagonal measurement. Next, high-resolution cameras. Honor, Google, and Samsung all pack triple cameras into their foldables, but only Honor includes super high-resolution sensors in the ultra-wide, primary, and telephoto cameras. Both Samsung and Google use lesser resolutions for their secondary cameras. Why is resolution important? In-sensor zooming has grown in popularity over the last several years as computational photography has advanced. The Magic V3 features a 50-megapixel primary and telephoto camera, as well as a 40-megapixel ultra-wide. This means that it can capture native 12-megapixel photographs while zooming between all three and beyond. In comparison, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold's 10.9-megapixel telephoto and 10.5-megapixel ultra-wide cameras, as well as the Galaxy Z Fold 6's 10MP telephoto, cannot even take native 12-megapixel photographs. Thus, they will likely record less detailed shots in bright situations, especially when zooming in. It's also worth noting that Honor's Magic V3 camera features larger sensors, which normally result in better shot quality. The V3, along with the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, also includes a periscope zoom, which produces better images than non-periscope cameras. Thus, Honor's camera specs appear to outperform Samsung's across the board. Next, a larger battery. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold and Samsung Z Fold 6 have smaller batteries than ordinary smartphones. Many of the greatest Android phones have 5,000 mAh batteries, but the Pixel 9 Pro Folds is only 4650 mAh, and the Z Fold 6 is even smaller, 4400 mAh. For somebody who mostly uses the smaller cover screen, it should last a whole day. However, if you want to use your foldable for hours at a time, it will drain faster. In comparison to Google and Samsung phones, the Honor Magic V3 features a substantially larger 5150 mAh battery. This isn't the greatest capacity battery of any foldable, as the larger Asia-only Vivo X Fold 3 Pro has a mammoth 5700 mAh cell. Nonetheless, given the Magic V3's substantially thinner design, the battery capacity is astounding. We have yet to see how long it will survive on a single charge in real-world use, but the early indicators are good. Finally, faster charging. In addition to battery size, foldables often have poor charging speeds. After all, quick charging generates heat, which thin foldables struggle to dissipate. Hence, most foldable manufacturers reduce the charging rate significantly. The Samsung Z Fold 6, for example, draws 25 watt or 15 watt wirelessly. Meanwhile, the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold charges faster at 45 watt wired. Google has yet to confirm wireless speeds. The Honor Magic V3's 66 watt wired charging may not be the fastest among non-folding phones, but it takes the gold medal for foldable, and with 50 watt wireless charging. When paired with an official Honor charger, it's both quick and adaptable. That's quite valuable. When it comes to folding, the Honor Magic V3 has a good chance of becoming the best foldable on the market. While the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold and Z Fold 6 appear to be the clear winners in terms of artificial intelligence, Honor's super thin, light folding appears to be the more impressive-looking phone. Other Magic V3 highlights we haven't mentioned include pen input on both the cover and inner display. The phone appears to ship with a case in the box if the Chinese version is any indication, and it will most likely be less expensive than the Pixel 9 Pro Fold and Z Fold 6 when it launches. Finally, the Honor Magic V3 features a 7.93-inch 2156 by 2344 foldable display with a refresh rate of 120 Hz. It achieves a peak brightness of 1800 nits. Its external display is 6.43 inches and has a resolution of 1060 by 2376, a refresh rate of 120 Hz, and an impressive peak brightness of 5000 nits. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold features a 6.3-inch external display with a resolution of 2424 by 1080 and a refresh rate of 60 to 120 Hz. It has a maximum brightness of 2700 nits. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold's external display is smaller than the Honor Magic V3, but the interior display outperforms it. The inside foldable display measures 8 inches with a 2076 by 2152 resolution, a 1 to 120 Hz refresh rate, and up to 2700 nits of peak brightness. Given that the foldable display is the point of a foldable phone, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is an obvious winner. The big 8-inch display may be a better option for videos and web material, but you'll have to make some concessions in terms of thickness and weight. The Honor Magic V3 has the latest Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor, while the Pixel 9 Pro Fold has the Google Tensor G4. Both chipsets are from the 2024 lineup, but we won't know how they compare in terms of performance until we see benchmarks. Google controls both the hardware and software of their phones, like Apple with the iPhone. This makes it considerably easier for Google to tune Android and ensure its smooth and optimal performance on the Tensor G4. In terms of RAM for multitasking and background programs, the Honor Magic V3 starts with 12 gigs of RAM. There is a 16 gigs variant available, but it will cost extra. However, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold has a base storage capacity of 16 gigs. The Honor Magic V3 has up to 1 terabyte of storage, which may be sufficient for some people. However, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is limited to 512 gigs. However, Google's strength is its image processing algorithms, which have consistently blown us away year after year. So even though the Pixel 9 Pro Fold's camera megapixels are lower, the software might more than compensate. In this day and age, where we share and view the majority of our photos on our phones, having ultra-high-resolution images isn't that useful. If you want a foldable phone with a long-lasting battery, the Honor Magic V3 may be a better option than the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold. The Magic V3 has a 5,150 mAh battery, while the Pixel 9 Pro Fold has a 4,650 mAh battery. The difference of approximately 500 mAh should be pretty significant. Honor's Foldable also support 50W wireless charging and 66-watt wired charging. This compares to the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, which can charge up to 45 watt. Therefore, it will charge significantly slower. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more tech news. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.